One of the best I've seen on Netflix, Money Heist. It's just unbelievable. Right, guys. So, number one, search product category. Search for a product category name. So basically, everything stems from the search box in LinkedIn. There are a few that actually stem from Google as well, which we'll go to later on. But so this is one of the obvious ones. We're going to search a product name because everyone who's got a profile set up will have the word of that product category name that they're involved in. And then once we get the results, what we're going to use is the filter. Now, the filter is pretty awesome for a lot of different things. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to do a couple of examples on each method of these 12 that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to kind of use a broad one to start with. So let's look at drinks. All right, things are going to be coming out of my head out of thin air, but broad product category, drinks, very broad indeed. So let's just search drinks. That's not right. No results found. Now, that is impossible. Have I done that? Try that again. That's weird. That doesn't even make sense. Why would it say no results from the word drinks? Drinks. Right. All right, guys. So what I'm showing you here is just something very broad, but you can actually delve deeper. So you've got sub-product categories of drinks. So you've got like energy drinks, but we'll start with a broad one first. So what we do is when we get the results, you're going to filter it. These are all the filters here. And you've got more filters here. You're going to go to people results. So we want to see the people that have something to do with drinks. So as you can see in the names, the working drinks companies. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go to locations. I'll start with UK. We might try America as well, as soon as Caleb's here. So here we've got results. Now, if we go to all filters, let's move this out of the way. In the chat. So these filters here, you can highlight things, but I don't really touch any of this lot. I just go straight to the bottom and go into keywords where it says title. And that's basically, you want to put a keyword that's related to that job position. So I'm going to put sales director. Now you can put any position. I think I have done a list on our group in Facebook about various job positions you can look for. There's things like supply chain manager and stuff like that. I'll dig it out and repost it. Job positions that you can look for specific people. So I'll put sales director, show results. Okay, pretty good. Director of sales, follow. Now, this is what I was going to mention as well. Now, some have a connect button, but some don't. Some have follow and some have, there's something else as well. There's follow, connect, but if you haven't got a connect button, go onto their profile and click on more. Connect, more, connect. I don't know why, but that's the way you've got to do it. So you click connect, add a note. So you've got a note that you can add, and here it is. You've got to keep things short and brief. You can customize it yourself if you want, but I pretty much put, hi, would be great to connect with you. I'm always looking to purchase any surplus, slow moving and end of line, and insert product name. So you can insert like wherever you found them under that keyword that you used. in your original search. So I've done drinks. So I would put end of line. I'd put drinks in there that you may have. So a little bit more personal with the product name. And I put all my details, email address, and mobile number for WhatsApp or whatever. And so you've got that in the course area. If you haven't, it should be in the group, or I'll drop it in the group. There's another one here that I've put. I think it's pretty much the same, actually. As I say, just you can do your own, because you know you're quite capable, but just keep things very short and brief, because people's attention span on LinkedIn, you know, the scrolling around and stuff, and if they see a message, they're just going to have a quick glance. You could always start with something like, would be great to buy from you. You know, straight away they're reading, someone wants to buy from me. So, you know, would be great to buy from you. So straight away, you're not looking like you're trying to sell them something. Be great to buy from them. So they'll carry on reading it, which is pretty good. Yeah, I'll use that one. So yeah, you add the note, click send, and to do that. Now look at the results I've got here. This is just under the UK. 586 results of people in the drinks business. Actually, there are a few that are not, because it might have been their previous job. You just got to keep your eye on that. Like here, this guy, Sunbelt Rentals UK. No mention of drinks, but majority are drinks, because the company name will say drinks. SHS Drinks, Brookfield Drinks, Main Soft Drinks, etc. But listen, UK is just one country. You can just add any country you want. You could put, let's put Netherlands. Whoops, I didn't highlight it, did I? No. Oops. Netherlands. Yeah, okay, show results. So same product, broad product category name, but I've now changed the filter to Netherlands. So I've got a few here. It says 39, but we can try other job positions as well. So we can go to all filters and we can try supply chain. That might not work in Netherlands, but I could be totally wrong. Show results. Yeah, 84, supply chain. Manager supply chain. So yeah, there's a few here under drinks. But the mad thing is, sometimes other companies can come up, like here, Van Delft Biscuits and Drinks. So they do biscuits as well. Again, you've got so many different countries you can try. Let's look at United States. Show results. And that's actually under that filter that I did. I think, yeah, supply chain. But I can change that back to sales director. I'm not very good at typing, as you can see. Yeah. So you've got a good array of people to connect with there. But guys, if you're in the UK, you can do UK, Europe, Eastern Europe, doesn't matter. So, you know, that is very broad drinks. But if you want to get a bit more deeper into the drinks product category, look at how many different types of drinks there are. There's energy drinks. There's fruit juices. There's, you know, water. Then you've got all the alcoholic type drinks as well. Loads of different types of drinks, but yeah, you can get a bit more deeper if you wanted. I mean, same with food. You can do food as a broad product category. like so. And this is United States, by the way. So look at all these food companies, people that work in food companies, in sales. So like Caleb, you can connect with these types of companies. Now, by the way, before I move any further forward, obviously, you know, when you're connecting with people, they have to accept your connection request. Like when someone wants to connect with you, you have to understand not everyone's going to accept your connection request. It's just how it works. A lot of the reason is because a lot of people are not on LinkedIn all the time, so they don't check. I remember when I first signed up for LinkedIn, like I'd sign in every 3 months and then I'd have a load of connection requests. So people are not checking on a daily basis. So give it time. When you are connecting with 20 people a day, you might get 50% of them that are going to accept your connection request over the next few weeks, or even a few months, you know, not immediately. But you
I have
will.
a question on that. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, you can interrupt with pleasure.
When you're sending the connect, is it better to send a note or just leave it blank?
I'd test both. I mean, I do send notes, but I sometimes do just click connect and, you know, do it without a note completely. And, you know, they're going to, at the end of the day, they're going to look at your profile and they're going to see what you do. And whether you send a note or not, they're going to look at what you do and what you're looking for and the sort of business you're in. So they're going to make a decision whether they think you're a good connection, you know. But that's why it's good to have a good optimized profile, you know, saying that you buy, you know, you're not saying you sell something. In your profile, you're saying we buy surplus, etc., etc. So straight away they're seeing the word buy, that you buy things. You know, obviously a lot of people's profiles are, you know, we sell this, we sell that, but we're just looking to buy, aren't we? So it kind of pricks their ears up a little bit, because you could be useful to that company, maybe not today, but in a few weeks or months. That's why I always say, guys, you've got to have a long-term view with LinkedIn, because you're just building relationships at the end of the day. But if you notice, if you copy what I do, as far as like, you see that I post a lot. I know I post stuff promoting my educational stuff, but I do post like offers of my inventory that I get offered. This person's trying to message me, like they've offered me some bloody some gloves, disposable gloves. I feel that it's a scam. So they're in Hong Kong, this person. But I'm just going along with it at the minute. Anyway, so yeah, we better get cracking, guys. We better move on. I know I bloody rattle on. So let's go. So you got the gist of this one. You can filter it to job position and location. And I've only used broad product categories, but there's just so many different product categories you can use. And it's just a simple, you know, keyword. Just filter it to people and location and job position. Right, next one, number 2, is going to search, instead of a product name, we're actually going to search a company name. Now I'm going to use like again, I'm going to use a very big company name, but this just could be a company name that you've come across. So instead of Googling it or something, try searching that company name in the search box in LinkedIn. I'm going to use a big name like Unilever. So again, Unilever, going to click search. And there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search people, and then I'm going to search country. Locations. I'm going to try something like Poland. Okay, again, you can just pick any country. Show results. So I'm going to get people who work for Unilever in Poland. Has it done that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, no. Oh, what have I done? Try that again, guys. Poland. That's what I have to do. Highlight it. Yeah, show results. What I want to do here is I want to try and maybe get in with someone that works in Unilever in Poland. So I'm going to look through the job positions. I might filter it down to a job position, but I just want to have a look through first. There's like brand managers, procurement officer, interesting, factory director. There's some interesting job positions abroad. And you just don't know. Some of these people could have, you know, opportunities for us. Managing director of Poland and Baltics at Unilever. So let's look at filters, job position. What's going on? Here we go. Here we go. Scroll down. Let's look at sales director again. So let's see sales directors in Poland. Well, I shouldn't put sales director. Actually, yeah, there's sales directors of different brands. Yeah, there's a few sales directors here that we can connect with. Look at the sales director at Poland of Heinz, Kraft Heinz. So, you know, he's worth connecting with. And so what we're doing is basically through all of these, don't forget, guys, that when someone accepts your connection request, all you have to do is click on My Network. Sure, a lot of you know this already, but I'm just showing you so you can keep up each week with who's accepting your connection request. Because when they have, you want to go on their profile and grab their email address. This is what you've got to do each week. And it don't take long. To be honest, you don't have to do it weekly. You could just do it every few weeks or whatever. So connections. So my connections here. So these are recently added. So you can go onto their profile. So this is actually a buyer contact that I've just made. And this is for this is actually Pamir. This is a buyer that I found that might be interested in those those tablet computer, 2-in-1 tablet and computer that you've been offered. She wants to see the details. I actually know the guy that owns this company. They are massive. They're a big company, actually in the north of England. Buy It Direct. Check out buyitdirect.com or .co.uk. I know the guy. I knew him when he was younger in Leeds. He was really eccentric kid. And he now runs this like multi-million-pound business. You just wouldn't have thought that he'd have built this business, and he's bought out loads of e-commerce websites. Is huge. So yeah, so all you do is just click on contact info. So grab their email address, and then build that in an Excel list. So you're building your LinkedIn contacts in your Excel list. And then you're going to be emailing them a letter, you know, with the subject header, "We're connected on LinkedIn." I've actually sent a load today out to some LinkedIn connections, and the click open rate is unbelievable. Like loads of people click open and read it and actually reply back. Because you would, wouldn't you? If you got an email, we're connected on LinkedIn, like straight away you're going to get into a conversation with someone. So it really works emailing them away from LinkedIn. Trust me. I've had a few.
Just ask a quick question there, Matt.
Of course.
I noticed, I've noticed when on my connections that a lot of the email addresses are personal rather than their company. Do you find that makes a difference or not?
Not really. Basically, what happens is when people sign up to LinkedIn, they use a personal email address, and I think the reason being is because they don't want to give out their company email address. They want to keep that private for some reason. Not private, but I think some people they move jobs and stuff like that, and then they're having to keep changing their email address. So a lot of people just set up. It's like with Facebook. It's like with a lot of platforms. You kind of use a private email address when you're registering, and I think a lot of people do with LinkedIn. But actually, I very rarely get people that say, "You've emailed me to my private email address. Can you not do that?" Like, not many. Really, really low percentage would say, look, I just say to them, I'm open and honest. I say, look, your email's on your contact info and it's there in the public domain. So I was just emailing you to see if I can buy from you. But it's rare they even mention it, to be honest.
Right. Okay.
Really rare. But yeah, there's also a few that have a business email address as well.
I'd imagine the spam rate as well as private would be less as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. But no, it's useful. It really is. That's really helped me grow my business through LinkedIn, through emailing people, rather than just messaging them in the LinkedIn Messenger box, because it is a bit spammy sometimes, even though we're trying to buy from them. A lot of people do get messages in the message box. I do, from people trying to sell me stuff. But I'm just going to go to my message box because I just want to show you like how active it is on a daily basis from people offering me stuff. If you look at has it got the dates, like every day I'm getting emailed offers from various people that want to buy, it's purely because I'm just, as you know, I'm pretty proactive on LinkedIn. I hang out on here on and off. I'll do like sort of 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there through the day, where I'm just kind of looking at posts and maybe posting stuff, connecting with a few people here and there, and just sort of spending 20 minutes of my time, maybe half an hour of my time, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. I might just do it over lunch. I'll just make a few contacts. And then on a night in front of the TV, I'll use my phone app and I'll make a few contacts. I'll look at people's posts. I might post something. So I'm pretty proactive, and I get these emails on that I've registered with LinkedIn. It says how many views you get or something per month. I don't know if any of you guys get that. And like my profile gets like several thousand, 2,000 or 3,000 profile views each month. And I think that is because I'm quite proactive. It must be to do with the algorithm for sure. Obviously I'm posting stuff a lot. Well, certainly every day. But that does help. I'm not saying that is compulsory, but for me, it does help that I'm more proactive on LinkedIn. But as far as these searches are concerned, these are all connected to connecting with people. Okay. So let's get back on track. Number 3, search brand name. And so we're going to go back to the search. Now we're going to search a brand name. So I'm going to do Again, I'm going to do something obvious like Coca-Cola. Sorry, Nestle. You can do any brand name. So Nestle. You can do any brand name across any industry. You know, Google top brand names in Netherlands, top brand names in UK, top brand names in America, and it'll give you ideas. So Nestle, again, I'm going to filter to people. And then I'm going to, again, I can go on locations. Let's look at UK. Show results. And various job positions. Go to all filters. A title. Let's try procurement. Sometimes people in procurement I get offered stock from. So procurement, show results. Let's see who turns up. People that work for Nestle in procurement. So this guy, Nestle York, European procurement manager, Nestle Purina Pet Care. Connect. Yeah, I could probably connect with 20 people across Nestle in this country that I haven't done. But there's just so many companies to go at, guys. So many different companies that you can go at. Let's try another company name or brand name. Tell you what, you guys give me one. Any brand name you want. Just put in the chat or say it. A bit of audience participation. Apple. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you can get in with Apple somehow, I don't know how, but somehow, you just never know the type of position you can come across that just might have access to something. So your procurement manager at Apple Print and Creative, I'm not even sure what that would be, but you know, like sales procurement manager, Apple installation, maintenance and sales service. I mean, that could be a division of Apple where you could actually find surplus, because if they're installing things, they might have stocks of cable and leads and wires and like commercial type stuff, industrial size things, you know. And this is the thing where I like to open people's minds to the type of things that you can access within companies. It don't have to be your typical retail products that you see in an Apple shop. You know, this is new to me, that obviously they've got an installation division, and that's a whole new area where you could find some surplus stock, which is like really interesting. You know, parts and components that they might hold. Maybe when they upgrade, maybe they have certain parts and components that become obsolete, that they're left, that become left over. You just don't know. Very possible. So there, that's another one. Right. So now, so you get the gist of that. Brand name, search people, and job positions. So I always like to put a job position, so you're a bit more laser targeted. So as I say, in our Facebook group, we've definitely got a list of job positions. There's things like supply chain manager, sales director, sales manager, procurement manager. There are several more. Right, number 4, search product category name. Right, so we're going back to product category name here, but the filter, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to filter to something different. So you guys throw a product category name at me. It can be broad, or it can be maybe a bit deeper into a broad product category, but probably try something broad just so we can see things get a better bird's eye view of this. Toys, garden, toys, cosmetics. So, all right, okay. I was doing the first one, garden. So, all right, garden products. Now that could be related to outdoor products as well, but let's try garden to start with. So garden products, search. Actually, I've not cleared the search results. Let me reset. So you've got a reset button on the right. If you filter anything, you can reset it back to, so, okay, here we go. So garden products, 7,700 results. But what I'm doing here is, obviously you can look at these people, but this is another thing you can look at. So we're going to go on the left here. If you scroll down to groups, I want to look at groups related to garden products. Let's connect garden industry brands. Well, that looks good. Home and garden decoration giftware. And just have a look through. 3,000 members, home and garden and nursery manufacturers representative group. I like the look of this one here though, garden industry brands. So basically this is just to join a group that is related to that product name that you've put in, and join. And so you've got to wait now till they've accepted you, so you've got to keep an eye on it. But when you do join, what you can do is, if you go up here on, see where these little 9 dots are, if you click on there, it brings up this pop-up here. You can go on to your groups that you've already joined. So you can see if you've been accepted into that group. Hopefully the admins in the group accept you quick, but I'm still waiting a few years later on some of these groups. It's crazy. So these are the groups that I've joined. So all I did here was, I probably typed in baby, and then it's brought up groups related to baby products or whatever. So once you're accepted into that group, I don't know how you get rid of all these pop-up messages on LinkedIn. So once you're accepted into this group that you click join on, what you can do is, see here, 16,648 members of people who join this baby group. I want to look at these people. So click on see all. So now what I'm bringing up is a list of people in a babies group. And I want to just check out some people. Owner, president, Carl's Toys Incorporated. Caleb, there you go. She's the owner, president of a toy company in the US. And just scroll through and see who you can connect with. Okay, and you can also post. Just post something. Say you're looking for surplus stock. And I do this maybe every few months. Maybe every 2 or 3 months, I'll make a post. Now, listen, a lot of these groups are not very active, which is very annoying for LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is such a massive platform. You'd have thought business, groups would be really proactive. There'd be a lot of engagement. But honestly, some of these are not very proactive. This one's not bad. 1 hour ago, that post, 6 hours ago. Yeah, some of them are, but some of them are not proactive at all. And if they're not, I'd just leave them. But the ones that are proactive, just post something. Hi, I'm new to the group. I'm always looking for any surplus or slow moving inventory or stock. Let's connect, short and sweet, and see who connects with you or see who messages you. And yeah, you get a few results from these groups. I don't know what the maximum amount of groups you can join is on the free version of LinkedIn. But I think on the paid version, I don't think there's a minimum. I think you can join as many as you want. So that's the groups. Moving on, number 5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into Google. And the reason being is I want to search for companies under a product category name. And I'm going to use a broad product category name. So the reason I'm going to want to do this, and I'll show you, is because I want to find people that work in that company that I choose. So I'm going to choose sports products. Very broad. That's a retailer. Sports. Yeah, I mean, they're a big e-commerce website. They've come up on the first page, and they're in the UK. And interesting. Could they have surplus stock? Yeah, they could actually. They could potentially have surplus stock because they're so big. They probably get end of ranges and stuff like that. But so you never know. But you know, Decathlon. Let's go back into LinkedIn and let's search this company, Decathlon. See what comes up. So I've just put the word Decathlon. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go into, that one's come up, but that's a different company. But still, while you're doing all these searches, other things come up that lead you to click and find other connections. That's what I love about this. You know, I found a company, it wasn't that e-commerce company, but I found a company in France, sporting goods manufacturing. So I could go into there, but I'm actually looking for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click filter to companies. So I've got the keyword Decathlon and I'm looking for companies. It's the e-commerce company. Might put .co.uk. That might help somehow. No, interesting. I don't know why. Let's go back into. Let's go back into look for another company. Here we go. Keller Sports. I'm going to go a few pages on. I'm going to go a bit deeper. A lot of retailers are coming up, which doesn't surprise me, because they spend a lot of money on search results. You can get stock from these companies, but what I'm looking for is maybe a manufacturer or an importer. Like, I'm going to just add importer to this. Wholesaler of sports products, Sterling Ventures. Sport Import Europe, BV. That one looks interesting. Never heard of them. Sport Import Europe. Here we are. It came up, I think. Yeah, there we go. So that one's come up. So you want to click on their company page profile and then look at see all employees. Now, only 4 employees, but so what? Let's see who works in that company. We've got president, we've got business development and operational manager. That's interesting. Sales manager, definitely. Another sales manager, logistics and sales. So there's a few here you could connect with. So all I'm doing here is I'm just looking for companies. And, you know, with a broad product category name. Doesn't even have to be broad. I could be a bit more deeper into sports products. I could put, let me think. Let's put football products. So that's a sub-product category of sports products. So, you know, when you start deep diving into a product category, you get in more product ideas. You know, there's so many different companies that will make these products or import these products or distribute these products, and the people that work for those companies on LinkedIn. Okay, so, you know, companies that deal in footballs, football nets, accessories, various footballing accessories, basically, gloves, shin pads, you know, supports, sports bottles, so many things you can go and look for. So yeah, you can go and look for a company that deals in football products. They are very more specific. And then you deep dive in further into that industry, aren't you? Rather than being just very broad, you know, because you get companies that are very specific, you know, they're dealing in only that type of product. That's the thing. You know, you've got companies like this one here, who deal with, oh, they're very broad. Who are this? GLS, schools, we get you. Oh, they supply schools. But like here, for example, you'll get companies that only deal in soccer bibs. You know, they'll import ranges of these soccer bibs in, there we go, in different colors or whatever. And they'll supply those types of products, you know, to schools, and they probably do, like here, they sell it online as well. So you can really deep dive through Google and then put that company name into LinkedIn and then connect with those people that work for that company. So instead of basically cold emailing that company, you can get a bit more personal and laser target people within that company. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but long term, that's really good. Rather than emailing those lists I teach you to build through Google, you know, you're just getting an email address from a company website, and then you're building a list of email addresses like info at, sales at, or whatever. That's cold email. That is fine because you're going to get offers from those emails. But if you want to get specific people, then it's worth spending a bit of time and seeing who works in those companies. Right, here we go. Number 5. Now what we're going to do, not number 5, we've done that one. Number 6. Okay, connect with buyers of companies. Yeah, here we go. So this is one of my favorite ones. I know I've shown a few of you guys this one before, and I think I do a lesson on it in the course. It's all about connecting with buyers, basically, buyers of companies. So when you connect with buyers, so if you literally just put the word buyer in the search box and then filter it to location, I'll filter it to people first and then location. Let's do United States for a change. So you're connecting with buyers. Now, the reason you're connecting with a buyer is you don't necessarily want to be selling to them, but what you want to be doing is connecting with them, and for a reason. I'll show you why in a second. So these people, I don't know a lot of these US companies, but Burlington stores are big. I actually know the guy that owns that. I think it's Burlington, yeah. If you connect with some of these buyers of maybe big retail stores, places like a lot of the big retail stores or any size retail store. So basically what we're doing here is I'm going to go to my my connections now. I'm going to show you some of the buyers that I've connected with. Don't connect with them, by the way, because they're mine. I'm only joking. Do connect with them. Do, you know, the more of us that connect with these people, the more chance one of us is going to get offered something, you know. So one, you know, all for one and one for all, guys. So look, I'm just going to type in buyer in the search by name because it'll probably filter my, did it? No, it didn't do that. What have I done here? Oh, that's weird. Let's try that again. Oh, that's your fault, guys. I'm blaming you. What am I doing here? Connections, yeah. Okay. Bear with me. So let's try that again. Buyer. If it don't work, no, it didn't work. I don't know why. Maybe it only searches for a person's name. Ah, yeah, person's name. So I want to find the buyer that I've connected with. Let's see. In fact, I've got a better way of doing this. I'm going to put buyer in here. Buyer. I'll show you a quicker way of finding your buyer connections that you've already connected with. So put buyer and filter it to people. And then it's a lot less aggravation than going into your network. If you go in here, connections, highlight first. So they're your connections you've connected with. So it's going to show results of your connections that has the buyer in the name or profile. Yeah, okay, so that works. So what we're doing here is the reason we're connecting with buyers is if I click on one of these profiles, and will this work? Yeah, okay. So in their profile, it shows you how many they're connected with. Now, once you're connected to over 500 people, it only says 500 plus. It doesn't show any number over 500. So, you know, they're connected with a lot of people. If you can highlight that with your mouse, it means you can connect on their connections, that buyer's connections. Okay. Now there's some people you connect with where you can't highlight your mouse over their connections. And that's because they've got their privacy setting set to private, basically. So you can go into your privacy settings and you can highlight if you want your connections to be seen or not. I've done a video on that as well in the course area. So go and look for it, you'll find it. But if you click on that buyer's connections, what you're in effect doing is, I'm not saying that every one of their connections will be useful, but you're going to get people who are basically suppliers to that retailer. Okay, they are people who have connected with that buyer because they want to fucking sell to them, basically. So that buyer, where's she at? I can't remember. Here, there's someone here, International Toy Sales and Kids Marketing. They're a supplier, aren't they? Connect, or at least they want to be a supplier. But I'm pretty sure if they're connected to that buyer, they're going to be a supplier to that buyer. But you know, you can connect with these people. So you're piggybacking connections off the back of your connection. Okay. And these are very useful because what you can do is you can connect with buyers for specific product categories. So if you're looking for suppliers that supply, you know, Walmart, Caleb, for example, you know, you could put here the retailer name. Yeah, Walmart buyer. And there's a good chance that a lot of them won't have the privacy settings set and you can see their connections. You know, loads of people just they haven't got a clue. They just sign up to LinkedIn. They don't really look at much privacy settings. And they won't have a clue that you can look at their connections. But if you go into your connections network and scroll through any of your connections, you will see a lot of people that have not got their privacy settings set up. And great way of making connections with people in an industry that is related to that specific buyer. you know. So this girl here, I don't know, it says category manager, I'm not sure, but you know, if you laser target buyers of a specific product category, then you know that a lot of their connections will be suppliers of that specific product category. So I'd call it ethically stealing buyers from ethically stealing suppliers from the world's largest retailers, because it is ethical, because you've got access to their buyers, and all you're doing is you're just connecting with those people and getting into a conversation with them, get their email address, and you know, there could be deals, and I've had deals from people that supply, you know, some of the discount shops in the UK, and the only reason why they'll do a deal with me over them is because they like being paid up front. And a lot of these discount retailers or big retailers like Walmart or any of those, you know, Tesco, Lidl, like Poundland, whoever, they all want 60 days, 30 days, 60 days payment terms. Some companies who offer stock, they might have a cash flow problem and they can't wait 30 to 60 days. They might get more for that product from a direct retailer. They might get a higher price, but they might not get paid for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. The great thing about us guys is, you know, I'm selling to people who pay up front, and you can sell on to people who will pay up front, using the terms that we use. And, you know, they'll deal with us over these other big retailers, even if they're getting a lower price. You'd be very, very surprised, because there's a lot of companies that just need cash quick. And once you get into a conversation with them, you say, look, we pay up front. We don't need terms. We don't need payment terms. We'll pay you up front, no problem. And, you know, that'll prick their ears up, guys, promise you. So that's a little tip to use. Mention the payment terms, because, you know, I know people that sell to TK Maxx, but, you know, they've got to wait for the money. And there's more and more companies that just want the cash quicker because of the economy and the recession and inflation and everything else. They just need the money quicker. And, you know, they'll choose you over some of these big retailers for their surplus stock. Right, number 7. What time are we on? 8 o'clock. Number 7. So this one here, let's go back to the search box, guys. Position, search, job, position, name. Right, okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to search literally a job position name. I'm going to do supply chain manager. Whoops, what am I doing? Okay, search. So this is someone's job position, and all I'm going to do is filter to people. Very broad, you know, 1.150 million results of people on LinkedIn with that job position name. Most of them anyway. Some of them, like here, past job position. There's always going to be a percentage that had their past job position name as a supply chain manager, but they're still worth connecting with, some of them. So literally that is, you know, 1.15 million. That's just too broad and big. So I want to go to location. I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose, Ireland. Why not? Let's see who works in that country, in that job position. So I'm getting a little bit, I'm just deep diving a little bit more sometimes, rather than being too broad. There's still a lot here. Nearly 8,000 results of people in, you know, supply chain manager positions. Pretty good. I could start connecting if I wanted to, no problem at all. But if you go into all filters, you can go to industry. Okay, so now we're looking for supply chain managers in a specific industry. You see here, it's given me 5 choices: pharmaceuticals, food and beverages, and a few others. Or you can add an industry. So I could look for supply chain managers in, I don't know, let's see, electrical. Is it electrical and electronic manufacturing? I don't know, let's see. Show results. 163 results. Supply chain manager at Smart Electronics Limited in Ireland. You know, there's a few. I've narrowed it down from 1.15 million to 163. And there's going to be at least 20 to 50 I could possibly connect with. But again, you can go into the results. I can uncheck electrical, and I could go into, I don't know, that food was, there was food, wasn't there? Food and beverages, yeah. So again, you can keep changing that industry, can't you? But stay within that country and stay within that job position. So you're not really touching anything here, apart from the industry name. That's what you can do. You can keep everything, but then you can change the country name if you want. I can stay with food and beverages, and I can change the country name, and I could go United States, show results. So now I've got supply chain manager of food beverages industry, United States. Bloody hell, 11,000 results. Supply chain manager, food company. You know, all you need is half an hour a day to just do this kind of stuff, guys. And you can easily build, you know, 20 contacts a day. And it's only half an hour, you know, a day doing this type of thing, to be honest with you. If you get into your stride, you can do it probably within 15 minutes. Just literally put a job position, choose a country, pick an industry, boom, make 20 contacts. And you never know what kind of deals you can get. Right. So moving on, number 8. Yeah, so this is kind of similar to, it is similar to number 6 regarding connecting with buyers, but this is literally just any of your network. You know, scroll through any of your network and look at their connections. You know, click on the profiles of your connections and see who they're connected with. An array of people, you know, like I'll click on my latest connection here that I've connected with. Can I connect on her connections? Let's see. Gone slow again. No, I can't. She's got a privacy settings set. As you can see, I can't click on hers. But yeah, as I say, just, you know, go through all your connections. Click on them. See if yeah, here we go. Staff Pro Supplies Limited. I can click on his connections. Let's see. And yeah, various people. I could spend 10 minutes just clicking through this guy's connections and connect with half a dozen maybe, you know. So that's that one. That's very straightforward. Number 9, search product category name. Okay, so here's another one interesting. If you search a product category name broad, you can add, you know how in the UK you've got limited after a company name. In America, you've got things like LLC. You know, in France, you've got SA. In Germany, you've got GmbH. You know, it's like limited, but in different countries. So basically, all you're doing is you're looking for company names with that product name in their company name, limited or LLC or whatever. So, you know, I could put, let's put furniture limited. So what I'm doing here is I'm searching for companies Simply, they've got Furniture Limited in their company name. That's it. Furniture company in their limited name. Sorry, Furniture Limited in their company name. Said that the other way around. I need to reset my results because I've still got all the filters on by the looks of it. Yeah, I have. So click reset here, guys. Furniture Limited. Try again. Okay, so people, results. Yeah, got people. So all I've done here is, yeah, obviously, because I put limited, you've got to filter it to that country. So show results. So these are people that work for a company that's actually got Furniture Limited in their company name. Again, some of them were in a past job that had Furniture Limited in their company name as well. But some of them are current. You just look at here, current. So they all do. So great. You know, I want to connect with people that work for a furniture company. They've got Furniture Limited in their name. So yeah, they might have surplus furniture within their company. I could go to all filters and just look for people that work for a company that has Furniture Limited in their company name, but they're a director of that company. So I'm looking for directors within that company, and I want to connect with directors within companies that has, you know, Furniture Limited in their company name. Now, if we can change that to furniture, you know, let's look at LLC in the US, and I'll go on to US. That we'll just show results without first. Oh, it's put limited again. Let's put LLC. Whoops. Okay, LLC. Location, United States. So these are companies got furniture in the company name in America. Here we go. Big furniture companies, managing directors, sales director, loads to go at here. So you can do that with any product. Again, once you've filtered it to the keyword and the country, you can literally put any product name, just replace in the search box any product name. And you're already sorted, you're already filtered to that country and sales, someone in sales. Or no, sorry, director. I put the keyword director, didn't I? So let's put products. Let's put lighting companies, LLC in America. So that's got the word lighting LLC in their company name. So you can do this all over the world. Now I know obviously in European countries, you might have to translate that word. I've actually spelt that wrong, lighting. Yeah, so obviously, if I was looking for companies in, I don't know, Netherlands with Lighting Limited, whatever their equivalent is, I might try it with a translation of lighting, you know, in Dutch or whatever. But actually, a lot of companies have the English word in their company name all around the world. That's what I find anyway. So like I could put here, if I was looking for companies in Europe, so let's look at France, for example, lighting, we'll put lighting again, SA, because that's like they're limited, lighting SA. I think we need to filter it to France. France, show results, lighting companies. Yeah. Have I still got, I haven't got USA on here still, have I? No. Yeah, there are French companies with lighting SA, lighting SA. So yeah, you can use a product name abroad. You could try I don't know, foods in France, France SA, companies with the word foods in their company name in France. Here we go. Switzerland, Chez d'Oli Foods, GB Foods SA, various. Yeah. That's interesting. So that you get the gist of that. A product category name, broad, and then limited or whatever country you're using, and then filter it to country name, and you could filter it again to job position if you wanted. So number 10. I don't know actually if you guys or you can get this on your non-paid LinkedIn. I think you can, but I'm not sure if it shows you many of them. But if you click on who's viewed your profile, can you get that? Who's viewed your profile on a
You can get up to 5 and that's it.
How many?
5.
Just 5.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still worth doing, you know, checking on it each week. But if you look at the people that have looked at your, so I've got who's viewed your profile, 1,128 previous week or something, down 2% previous week. I don't know if that's, anyway. These are people that have viewed my profile. So you can click on their profile, you know, and see. One of you probably will come up on here. But anyway, you know, someone here's looked at my profile. He works for a food and drink disposables packaging company. I can go check him out. I think I'm already connected with him. But it's interesting to see actually who's looking at your profile. Even if you've only got 5 on the free version, it doesn't matter. Just keep checking every few days because it might update. You know, so I tend to connect with people who have looked at my profile, and if I like the look of the company they work for, I'll connect with them. So that's a pretty good way. And again, just grab their email address. Whichever way, you know, whichever one of these ways, always grab their email address, guys. That is where I'm getting a lot of my offers from, through emailing them and through LinkedIn Messenger once I've connected with them. So yeah, always make sure that you keep in contact with these people that you connect with. And you'd be surprised, most people on LinkedIn won't keep in contact with these people that you're connecting with. You know, they just won't. So you know, they'll remember you once you start messaging them. So number 11, we're on the final furlong. So product name, this was one that Roman actually gave us. Roman here, he gave us this one. So product name, again, I'm going to be very broad. I'm going to put toys this time. So put toys. What we're going to do now is we're going to filter it to something different. We're going to filter it to events. See, if you go across, you've got events here. So we're going to go on to events. What it brings up is search results of any event that someone's created on here that has the word toys or in their description or anything mentioned to do with toys, basically. So here we go, Sports Goods and Toys Show 2022, UK and Ireland. I'm going to click on that. I want to see what it's all about. So someone's put one up here on their event link. Let's have a look. I have a feeling this one is overseas because it says India in the link. But still worth looking at. Let's see just what it brings up anyway. But you get the gist of what I'm doing here is we're looking for trade shows, exhibitions, things like that, where we can just try and find some connections, exhibitors, basically. So this is like backdooring exhibitions that are coming up. I'm going to just go back and I'm going to search for something else on here. Let's look for beauty. That's very broad. Beauty. Here we go. Beauty and wellness futures 2022. Some of them are like on loan, online type things. But you'll come up like here, Beauty Care Expo 2022. Let's see where that is. I've no idea. Vietnam. Not for me, but again, you get the gist of what I'm doing here. I'll be honest, it's not something I do regularly, but occasionally. The last one I did, I found something that led me to like an association, and I found a load of members of an association connected to a specific product. But yeah, you got to just do a lot of clicking on here and look for events. Maybe you want to be a bit more specific. I don't know. Maybe you could put cosmetics, like which is a little bit more specific rather than beauty, because cosmetics comes under beauty. And see, actually you could put the word, just thinking about it, you could put show, and then you kind of narrowing it down a little bit more. Show, no, nothing's shown up there. Maybe exhibition, trade fair, trade show, I don't know. But someone who's put up an event, you can find an exhibition or a trade show somewhere in the world. So that's that one. And finally, product name. So let's put I'm going to put outdoor products. I'm going to put outdoor products, and then I'm going to filter literally to companies. So what we're going to bring up here is companies with, obviously, that has outdoor products mentioned. So loads of companies here. Now they're all going to be in different countries, but you can filter it to locations like UK. I think this is already, I think I need to reset this actually. Let me just reset this. Clear. I'm just going to put outdoor even. I'm not even going to put products. I'm going to put outdoor. Then I'm going to click to companies. Okay, Outdoor Industry Association. Interesting. Vista Outdoor Incorporated. So you got a load of companies with outdoor in the name. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to locations. And let's put Europe. And then I'm going to click on one of them. So let's have a look. Here's one, a UK one, Outdoor and Cycle Concepts Limited, sports goods manufacturing. Click on there. And I'm going to click on, look like a big company, over 200 employees. Click on there, see all employees. I'm going to start looking at the people that work in that company of that product category that I chose. Company name that I chose. Well, I chose a keyword that's related to their company name because I filtered it to companies. So I'm going to start connecting with people working in companies to do with cycle products within the UK. I think, no, I didn't put country, did I? I didn't filter it to country. So let's filter it to country. Connect. 15 minutes later, I've connected with a load of people in these companies. You know, it's just so vast on here that I've not even connected with, you know, all these people that I'm bringing up in these results. It's just vast, guys. It's just so vast. There's way more than enough for all of us. And even if we do connect with the same people, it just doesn't even matter, because if any of us can get offered stock, we can all make some money out of it. So that is basically 12 different methods. I've recorded it so you can go over any of them. And I've got the list that I'll drop in our group as well here. Got the list so you can go through each one and it shows what to do. And literally, guys, you know, 15 minutes to half an hour each day, you can build 20 contacts. All I'm saying is basically, if you are consistent doing this and you, like, even if you just try it for a month, like do 1 month, do 30 days of connecting with 20 people. And how many people are you going to connect with? 30 days. 30 times 20. 600 people. Yeah. Obviously, some of them are going to accept your connection request over, you know, a period of time. But at least you are clicking to connect with 600 people. That's what counts, because it's a long-term thing. But you never know. Someone might connect with you tomorrow and they might have some stock at that moment in time that you connect with them. That's why you're connecting with different people each day, because out of those 20 people that you connect with, there might be one person that has stock right away. There might be 3 or 4 that has stock in a month or 3 months. And there might be a percentage of people in those 20 people that you connect with that might have stock in 3 to 6 months. So all you're doing is you're just connecting with people. Then you're keeping in contact with them on email every 2 or 3 months. You know, and then eventually these people are going to start offering you stock, either through LinkedIn Messenger or on the back of the emails that you send. And that's how you're going to start building more and more emails. So the more people you connect with on LinkedIn, 600 a month, you know, 1,200 over 2 months, 1,800 over 3 months. Keep doing that over a year, and you've got thousands of LinkedIn connections. You're going to get a percentage of those over the year that offer you stock. And then there's going to be a percentage of those offers you get that we're going to turn into deals, hopefully. And, you know, that's basically it. Ultimately, it's a numbers game, guys. But you're deep diving into specific product categories. You're deep diving into specific countries. You're deep diving into specific job positions, you know, category names, product category names. And you basically, what you're doing is you're just finding little pockets of connections in certain industries that are very hidden, probably, that not a lot of people probably connect with in our industry, if that makes sense. So you know, you might connect with people in a, like I say, when you're filtering it down, you probably won't get, you'll get little to no people in the surplus stock business that are connecting with those people. Because they're quite hidden, they're under the radar, they don't come up in a lot of search results, you know, these connections. So a lot of guys in the surplus stock industry won't find these types of connections. So, you know, they're very under the radar connections to go and find, the way I've shown you. And that is where the gold is, guys. Seriously, that is where the gold is. These connections where not a lot of people are connecting with, in a lot of these hidden industries. I know I've shown broad product category names, but if you deep dive further into them, you know, instead of putting DIY or hardware, you know, deep dive further into that product category name, into that broad product category name. like let's see, go into Google, for example. Google.com, and just put a retail store on here just to get a product idea. If I just put DIY, do it yourself, you know, I'll go on to B&Q, who own DIY.com. I bet that's worth a fortune, that domain. Here we go. Get product ideas to type into LinkedIn search, you know. Outdoor garden. What's going on here? Oh yeah. Outdoor and garden. You know, hover over them. You know, you can use any of these in the product category in the LinkedIn search. Literally, you can. You can use, obviously, these are sub product categories, but then these are sub product categories. Okay, so under DIY or hardware or whatever, you've got garden furniture, and then inside garden furniture, you've got all this. So you could put barbecues, you know, barbecues into LinkedIn. Barbecues, let's reset. Clear. It's froze. Here we go. So you get the gist. I've just got that idea off, you know, a DIY website. I'm just getting product ideas, that's all. Just copy and paste the product name into LinkedIn. Barbecue. I've literally put barbecue. I'm going to filter it to people. Let's see if there's anyone that in the barbecue product. Here are luxury garden furniture and barbecue suppliers, UK. And I'll just scroll through page to page and find people that supply barbecues. And then, you know, go back to that website. I could go into any product category and find a big online retailer and get product ideas from them. You know, baby products. I can't believe he came up. Justin Bieber, he's got a song called Bloody Baby. I'm embarrassed to have him on my screen in Baby Center. Here we go. First online retailer that's come up just from the word baby. I bet they pay a fortune in Google ads to get on the first page for the word baby. So here, oh no, is this a product? No, this is more aimed at, no, it's not a product website. No, let's put baby products. That's too broad. Baby, yeah, I guess it is. Baby products. So baby products, if I want to get ideas to search people in companies. So let's look at boots.com, massive retailer. I could get literally 100,000 product ideas from this website over the next few months, literally. It's just crazy. Travel accessories, cots, cribs, baby clothing. You know, let's just go back to LinkedIn and put let's put push chairs. Yeah, let's put push chairs. Push chairs. So here we go. People to do with push. Obviously, there's buyers as well for baby products you're going to get, but there's also other products. Now, you know, you can put any product in, because if that product name is mentioned in that person's profile, anywhere in their profile, doesn't matter where, could be in the company name, their job description name, company description name, it doesn't matter. But look, if you look, it's highlighted in the results. Push chairs, push chairs, push chairs. So all that's coming up is something to do with push chairs. Okay, so you're looking for companies that sell push chairs, basically. Simple as. And then, you know, you can filter it to locations, you can filter it to job positions, and that's it. So, you know, that's where I'm getting product ideas. I'm literally just picking out products off websites and putting it in the search box. So that is it, guys. Pretty good. An hour and a half. That's what I tried to do, 90 minutes. So as we're on the back end, I know there was a lot of stuff to take in, and interestingly enough, I'd be interested to ask the question, would you pay for what I've just done tonight for an hour and a half? Would you actually pay for that? I'm not saying you pay for it, but do you think someone would pay for that if I did something like this?
Definitely. I think it's got a value, definitely.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not actually gonna. I'm just thinking if it has value, basically. All I'm gonna say, guys, is like I make money on the back of LinkedIn using some or all of these methods over the year. But the main thing that I do is I'm consistent with building connections. But the thing is, the way I operate now is I'm kind of more about quality instead of quantity. So I might not make 20 connections a day. I might only make half a dozen, but there might be, like, in my mind, really good quality connections, as opposed to just clicking and clicking and clicking, you know, and building 20 connections really quickly, you know, which you can do. And there's nothing wrong with that, actually. But I like to be a bit more laser targeted with who I'm connecting with, maybe a specific company, a specific person, specific job position in that specific company I want to connect with. But yeah, you can connect with loads of companies that just sell products, basically. You know, it doesn't matter who you connect with. It can be any company that sells physical products, and it can be really random as well. You can connect with 20 people very, very quickly. If you're in a rush and you want to connect with 20 people in 10 minutes, you can do it easily. And I do sometimes, but sometimes I want to be a bit more specific, laser targeted, and I might not connect with 20. I might connect with 4, 5, 6 people that day, you know, and I'm happy with that. That's my little win for the day. I might not have made any money today, but I know in my mind I've connected with 4 or 5 interesting people in job positions that over the next several months, I'm hopeful I can get offered stock from them, you know, and I'll be patient, and I'll keep in contact with them. I might even go on their posts and like their posts, you know, things like that. Little things like that can trigger them. They'll notice. They'll know if they're someone who's proactive on LinkedIn, and you know, a lot of people are. Go on their profile. I mean, they'll come up on your feed anyway, people you've connected with. So don't forget to like their posts. People who work for a company that sell physical products, don't forget to like their posts, even comment on their posts, and they'll notice that. Trust me, they will notice you. And that, again, that's how I'm getting offers on the back of LinkedIn, just from liking people's posts or commenting on their posts. And I've just got noticed. They've just noticed me from that post that they've put up. And it's just a little bit warmer. They just start seeing your name and your profile more often, you know. Things like that can help you get offered more stock. So there's a lot of these little ways, little tricky, little sneaky, little things that you can do for a few minutes of the day here and there. And they're all really time effective ways, because you can just scroll and click like on bloody 50 posts if you want, you know, really quickly. And they're all people you've connected with. And they're going to notice that you've liked their post. And little things like that, you can get an offer on the back of someone's liking someone's post. Trust me, you can. You get noticed. And just that's how you do things, guys. Just spend half an hour each day on here doing these little things, post things, connect with people, like people's posts, and just be consistent. And trust me, long term, you will get offered more stock and you will get deals on the back of these people that you've connected with. I can't stress that enough. LinkedIn is phenomenal, but don't just look at things on LinkedIn. You know, be proactive, like things, post things, you know, comment on people's posts, connect with people, check out your connections, you know, use the search box all the time. I do that in front of the TV on a night. I've got the LinkedIn app on my phone, and you know, I'll just go on for, even if it's for 10 minutes, I might just search something that's come up, like that's just popped up in my head, maybe from an advert on TV or something, you know, something crazy like that. I'll just type in a product name and then I'll bring up a load of people in the search results and just click connect 2 or 3 times. Done. Put the phone down. Just little things, little, like I like to call it, it's just things that are done at speed through the day that just don't take up much time. It's just a couple of things here and there, you know, and on the back of that, all I'm basically doing each week, each month, simply is I'm planting the seeds. I'm just planting seeds. It's like planting seeds to grow a tree. That's all it is. I'm doing these little things here and there each day with the view of doing business with that person, maybe in a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I'm not bothered. You know, if I can make a couple of grand from a guy I connected with 12 months ago, what a great investment. You know what I mean? Are you going to make a few grand on the back of, you know, money sat in the bank, you know, or any other way? You know, it's just a way of making some money. But, you know, look in 12 months time, if you do these things that I'm showing you on LinkedIn, have a look back over 12 months and see how you've done. And you'll see you can make money on the back of LinkedIn for sure. You might come up with some methods on LinkedIn. And if you do, share them with us, like Roman did with the events thing. I'm sure there's other ways. Of doing, finding, you know, various ways of doing things on LinkedIn that I've not discovered yet. I'm sure there's loads.
Can I make a suggestion, Matt?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's just something. I mean, me, probably like everybody in the group, have been doing a lot of cold emails, and so I've got lists of well over thousands of potential companies already that I've cold emailed, but just to sales or info at. Would it be an idea to get those company names and put those into LinkedIn and get actual contact names so people have already messaged cold but haven't had a reply back from yet?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a backdoor way of getting in. I still do. Like, as far as the lesson that I teach, finding companies on Google and then grabbing their email address and building a list in Excel or whatever, that's what you guys are doing, and that's what I teach you to do. It's kind of the backbone of this business, because it's always worth emailing that email address that's on some company's webpage every few months or whatever. It's always worth emailing that email address cold. Eventually you're going to get a reply from someone, So yeah, but I never do it manually anymore. I always give a list to a virtual assistant. So I've got a woman in the Philippines. You're welcome to use her. There's her and her husband. And all I do is send her a link, and she'll go on that website and she'll grab all the email addresses. It might be an online directory or something that I found. But she needs to Google that company name and grab the email address and build an Excel list for me. And I'm building lists left, right, and center. You know, she'll build me lists of like, you know, 1,000 people, 1,800, not people, companies, 1,800 companies. And I'll just group them into 100s and I'll email 100 at a time through the day. And it's fucking cold. It's like, honestly, like I see the open rate because I've got this software called Turbo thing. It's the server that I use through Sendblaster software called Turbo Sat or something. But I can see the open rate, and it ranges from about 18% to 25%. Open rate. That's just open rate. Okay, not replies, just an open rate. So it's about what, 20 to 25% open rate, 18 to 25% open rate on 100 emails. It varies. It might be less. Sometimes it might be a bit more, but a lot of them don't reply. You know, they might just save that email, or they might just forward it on to another department. But at the end of the day, guys, it's cold. That's what I'm getting at. If you're emailing info at every few months, obviously you're not emailing, you know, fred.blogs at that company name every few months. You're not. You're just emailing a generic email address every few months. I still do it every day though, because I get offers on the back of them. You do get offers, but like you say, you can find that company on LinkedIn and find the employees that work in that company, and then try and connect with maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people within that company. Okay, you don't have to just connect with a director in that company. You could find a supply chain manager in that company. You could find a, like I say, procurement manager. There's a few other job positions, sales manager. Sometimes it can be managing director, it could be financial director. You know, I always try and stick with sales related people or supply chain. But yeah, just obviously it takes a bit more time to do that. If you wanted, you could pay a virtual assistant to literally log into your LinkedIn profile and search for people within. You could give them a list of companies and say, right, teach them how to do it. You know, do a video, show them how to look for, like, teach them what I've just taught you. Teach them how to find specific people. You could say, can you go and find supply chain managers of, you know, of this company in these countries across Europe or whatever, and just click connect and connect with them. You could do that. I've only used a virtual assistant that logs into my LinkedIn profile. I've only ever used them for building email addresses. Okay, so I'll give that to my girl in the Philippines. She'll log in and I'll say, can you go onto my network? Like I've done a video, I'll actually literally film a video for her to watch, a tutorial. And I'll say, go into my connections, and I want you to go from the most recent connection back to, you know, back a month or a few months, and I want you to grab their email address, show them how to do it, and build a list in Excel. So that's my manual work out the way, and that alleviates me to do other specific things. So all I'm saying is there's a lot of things you can do. If you've got a bit of money to spend, you can actually outsource and automate a lot of stuff. I've tested a few different things. I mean, the only thing I don't get my VA to do is, well, the main thing I get my VA to do is build email lists of cold email addresses. That's what I get her to do. But sometimes I get her to log into my LinkedIn and build a list of email addresses of my connections. I've even gone as far as getting my my VA to reply to my emails, because I get a lot of emails, and I basically give her a template. I've got templates of replies. So what I'll do is on a morning, I'll look at my emails and I'll look at one and I'll forward it on to her, and I'll literally type the number 1, and she's got a list of replies that she uses that I've given her. So she'll know what reply to that email address. So if it's a company that's offered me some stock and I'm interested, but I need more details, there's like a reply template that I'll give that she can reply back with as my assistant. She's my assistant to Matt Goldberg, and she'll put, thanks for the, thanks for the email. Please, can we have these details? Or thanks for the email. We're not interested in this stock. Or thanks for the email. We're going to take a look at the details and we'll come back to you. I've just got various replies. I've got about 8 or 9 different replies, and it just alleviates that time for me. Honestly, I'm probably saving an hour, at least an hour a day, replying to some emails, typing out a reply, basically. Now you can actually use a template replies and just copy and paste those replies, so you don't even need a VA. You could actually copy and paste those replies yourself to replies that you get from companies. I mean, I'll show you that another time, guys. It might be something that you guys are interested in, where you can kind of, how can I put it? Free up. If you want to free up a lot of time each week, I can start showing you some methods where you can free up a lot of time. A lot of it does involve using a virtual assistant, but to be honest, for you guys that are making some money each month and you've got some spare money to pay VAs, it doesn't come to a lot of money. It's actually cheap. And if you're using like a VA in the Philippines, if they're building a list of email addresses, I pay mine $8 per email address, which is fucking cheap. I mean, if she builds a list of 1,000 email addresses, it's $80. But even if it's only 100, it's $8. Like, you could afford to just throw maybe $30 for 300 or 400 email addresses on a website that you found. You'll get a return on investment on that $30, guys, for sure. You're not going to get a return on investment like within the day that she's giving you them, but once you start emailing them, after a few weeks or months, you're going to make back your return on investment. That's what I mean. That's the crazy thing. I've paid my VA like $7 to build a list of email addresses, and I've made like $2,000 on the back of it from a deal that I did 2 weeks later. So all I'm thinking all the time is throw money at this VA, build email addresses, email those companies, get some offers in, see what deals I get on the back of those email addresses. After 6 months, have I made that $30 back? Of course I fucking have. I've made several thousand on the back. I'm investing a bit of time. I'm investing a bit of money in some email lists that's freeing up my time, even if it's freeing up my time to do less work and spend more time with my family. Those hours a week that I'm spending manually building a list from doing Google searches, I can just give to a VA. I don't do those manual searches anymore because I know that I can throw some money at a VA, get a load of email addresses, email those companies, and I know I'm gonna get my money back, guys. And I'm always taking a long-term view. I'm thinking, right, I've got 1,000 email addresses this VA's just done. I'm going to email them over the next few months. Even if I do one deal, I'm going to get my return on investment, you know, without a doubt. But over the year or years, those email addresses that VA got me, you know, in January 2020 or whatever, I'm making money on the back of those, or 2018 or 2022. I'm taking a long-term view. They're just long-term connections that I'm always going to email forever and ever till I'm dead. I'm going to email those companies and get offers from, even if it's a few of them. I'm not bothered. If I have to email 1,000 companies to get one offer, well, all right, let's say to get 5 offers from 1,000 companies and do one deal on the back of that, I'm ahead. I'm ahead. You know, and that's quicker than money sat in the bank trying to earn interest. And all I'm doing is I'm paying a VA a bit of money to get a load of email addresses, to email companies and get offered some stock. And it's just a long-term investment. I look at it just as a long-term investment. All we're doing in effect is we're reaching out to companies to see if they've got anything in their warehouse that they're stuck with, they want to get rid of. And it's just timing. That's all it is. It's just numbers and timing. Through the year, that the timing happens where they've got stock, or they remember you and when they've got stock. And that, you know, that's the trick. It's them remembering you when they've got stock in 3 months' time, or it's them remembering you, or it's them that has stock immediately that they're going to offer you at that moment in time that you connect with them. So yeah, you've got to just take a long-term view. I know some of you are not making money yet, but seriously, don't worry about it, because if you take a long-term view, what you're just going to get a snowball effect that's going to start happening. The longer you're in the game, you just get a snowball effect. And a few offers will turn into a lot of offers, but it'll only happen if you are consistent with building connections, building lists through a VA, and building connections through LinkedIn. If you keep doing that consistently, you know, long term, you're going to make money in this game, guys. 100%. You're going to make consistent money, you know, like every month, whether you have a good month or a bad month. And like everyone has good months and bad months. I sometimes have months that are shit, you know. That it's like that in any industry or any business. You're not going to have it off like every week and every month of every year. It's not how this game works. But the main thing is, if you can get trickles of inventory offers coming in all the time on the back of those connections you're making, you've got a higher chance of making some money every month. Okay, whether it's a few hundred or a few grand or more. And that is it, guys. That is it. Any questions before we call it a day? Because I need to eat. I need to go up the road and get a kebab or something. No, I'm only joking. I know I'm from Yorkshire, but I don't have kebabs on a Tuesday night. If there's any questions at all, I mean, I'll have a look in the chat, but I hope this helps. I mean, you know, all I'll say is on this final note, guys, is just stay consistent. And the great thing about this game is you can be consistent, but even if it's only for 30 minutes a day, like there aren't many businesses that you can be in where you can kind of do a little bit each day, have a few wins here and there, make some connections, email some companies. As long as you're doing a little bit each day, and being consistent with each day, you'll see how this game works. It's just being consistent. That's all it is. And you've got plenty of ways now to go at with this, 12 ways to target people on LinkedIn. Just do it for half an hour a day, guys, out of your day. Do it when you get up. Do it over lunchtime. Do it on a night before you go to bed. But just make a habit of it. Set a notification on your phone, like, 10 p.m. Go on your computer or your phone for half an hour, make 20 connections. Or, when you get up, first thing you do when you make your coffee, just go on LinkedIn, make 20 connections. Done for the day. But guys, if you are interested of building some lists through my VA, she'll do it for you, or a husband will. I'll hook you up through Facebook. I'll give you I'll connect you if you want. It's up to you. If you want to do your own manually, you can, which is absolutely fine. It does take longer. But I like Googling stuff, but I like finding places. I like finding websites where I can send my VA a link, as opposed to me doing it myself, finding a good website to get companies from. I'm kind of like, that's really boring and unsexy for me. I can't be arsed to do it anymore. I don't mind finding a link to websites, and then I'll give the link to my VA and say, right, build a list for me. There's a load of companies on here, build a list, and she'll just send me a link. She'll just send me a Excel sheet, an attachment, and I'll open it up and it's got a load of bloody email addresses, and I'll literally just check them and count them and send her the money on PayPal, send her the money through PayPal. And that's what I do every month. So if you guys want to do that at some point, you're more than welcome. I'll connect you. And it's 8 cents per email address that she charges. So it's just, frees you up a bit of time to do other things. Instead of, you could be leaving a VA to do that while you go onto LinkedIn and build some connections. And that kind of thing. So you kind of doubling up in a way, and you're just being very time effective. And that's how it should be in this game, especially because we're doing everything online. You got to find time effective things to do, and do as little as you can, really. You got to reach that point where you want to do as little as you can, but you want to keep these offers coming in. So I know that each day I'm emailing groups of, I'm emailing lots of companies through my bulk email software, Sendblaster. And at the same time, I've got my VA doing lists for me. And I'm connecting with people on LinkedIn. I'm just planting the seeds each day, guys. And I've got basically offers coming in 24 hours a day, every day of the week. A lot of them are crap, because a lot of them come from wholesalers or surplus stock companies or brokers, but then I'm getting from these emails that I'm doing and from LinkedIn and, people that have recommended me maybe, or, just loads of different places where I'm planting seeds all the time. So I've got trickles of offers coming in that I'm processing each day. And you'll reach that point. You just got to keep building and building and building those connections. The great thing about building connections on LinkedIn is you never know what size deal you could do with some of these people. You just haven't got a fucking clue. You could do deals that are worth fortunes. You just don't know, I mean, I've done deals where I've made 5-figure profit from a LinkedIn connection, 10 grand. I've made 15 grand. I've made 20 grand on some pet food that I was offered on the back of LinkedIn. Several truckloads of pet food products. The deal, there are deals like that for sure. Bigger, even bigger. But it is a real business. It is a real, it's a real opportunity, this, guys, for sure. But always be thinking long term, and be patient. And, you know, think of these connections you're making as a long-term investment. Trust me. You know, even if you're not in the game anymore, you could still get offers from these companies, you know, a few years down the line. You just never know. But there's definitely money to be made using these methods that I've shown you. 100%, guys. So keep at it. As I say, you know, you don't need to be putting 9 hours a day into this, what I'm showing you. You can do it in fucking under half an hour, what I'm showing you. That's the mad thing. It's not like you're having to break your back doing what I'm showing you. It's very simple, very time effective things I'm showing you. And, you know, think long term. These things are done at speed, micro, but think macro, long term, as far as the deals are concerned. All right. And we'll leave it at that, guys. On the having said that, you can make a connection and do a deal with someone like within the same week as well. So don't think you can't do that as well, because you can. But I'm always thinking long term. You know, I don't expect to connect with someone and make money off them within days. I never think that, but it's a bonus if you do, because you do sometimes. It can happen for sure. Any questions, guys, before we call it a day?
Not from me.
Cool. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
So much to, you know, so much food for thought here, guys. So much to think about. And also really think about product categories, really deep diving into specific products. That's where the gold is in this on this platform, because there's so many connections that they've just not been connected by anyone in our game, you see. So they don't ever really get people asking them if they've got any surplus or clearance, you know, because they're just a little bit off center, you know, that, you know, don't go searching for, like, you know, the obvious things. Basically, try and deep dive a little bit left of center or further deeper into a product category, if you understand what I mean. You know, like sports products is very broad, but you could really deep dive into that. Like, look for golfing products or companies that sell a specific golfing product. You know, it's crazy what you can go and look for. You can really, really deep dive into these companies. You really, really can, trust me, that don't get contacted by people like us whatsoever. So wish you all the best, guys, and I will be seeing you. I'm sure I'll be bumping into you somewhere.
Thank you very much.
Who said Matt?
I said thank you.
All right, cool. Caleb, thank you, and great of you to come. Appreciate it.
Yes.
So tonight we've got India, Czech Republic, USA, UK. Where are you? You're in Wales, no? Or England?
Me, Durham.
Yeah. Where are you?
Durham.
Oh yeah, you're in Durham, are you?
Yeah.
Cool. I only say Wales because you got a full Welsh name.
Yeah.
No one will realise that, but all right, guys. As usual, you can get hold of me anytime, and I'll see you in the group and everything else. Let's see how this goes over the next month or two, and see if you guys that have come. And I thought obviously we'd get 10 or more, but don't matter. Let's see what happens. Let me know. I'd be interested to know how you're doing from implementing some of these things. If things are looking a bit more interesting, offers wise, you're getting more offers, maybe you're getting better quality contacts, better quality offers even. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Cool. All right, guys.
Have a good night.
All the
Thanks,
best.
Matt.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
All the best, guys.
Best of luck.
Have a good evening.
Yeah.